firefighter role, just doing a little quick rundown of the specifications of operation of fire truck number 7. Alright, as we know, this is a whole apparatus of 1995, 1996. Alright, it's equipped with a snozzle, 50 feet snozzle to the top. It's capable of holding 3,000 gallons of water, 420 gallons of foam. The same dry chemical capacity as fire truck number 2. We don't have number 20, fire truck number 3 and 4. Alright, which is 450 pounds for expansion. Alright. The apparatus, it functions a little different from the rest of the fire trucks that we used to using. It doesn't have a side panel. Alright, so basically everything is done in cross mode. Alright. Yes, we're going to start from the outside, do a little quick rundown on what's on the outside. Okay. It is equipped with a booster reel. Okay. Like we are used to with the old fire truck number 1. It's equipped with a 150 feet booster reel. Okay, it operates same way as number 4. Okay, you engage the water, pull out your hand line all the way. Alright, same blow down mechanisms. If you want water, half hand line if you want blow down, jet blow down if you want dry chemical to come out of the nozzle. It has a dual agent nozzle. Alright, same one we equipped with when we go to Jacksonville, we do training. This is the same nozzle as on fire truck number 4. Alright, give you water, foam, dry chemical powder. As you know, when we use dry chemical powder, we want to use it as a dual agent to go in the water stream. The water stream helps to reject dry chemical. Alright, we just don't want to use a dry chemical by itself. So if you're using dry chemical line on this, remember to use it as a dual agent. So you won't waste your agent. Always remember that truck is equipped with that. So when you run out of water, okay, because you know that if you use the roof turn, within 90 seconds the truck is going to be empty. Alright, so you don't want to just go to a fire, just use the roof turn. All of your water will be empty within 90 seconds. So remember that you have a booster reel at the front of the fire truck that you can use as well.
Before you go ahead, you say the roof turned. I see a roof turned, then I see this little sharp, pointy thing. What about that? What is that?
So, the truck is equipped with a roof turn, like I said before. It's equipped with a snozzle and a piercer. The sharp object that you're talking about is called a piercer. It's attached to the snozzle. What it does, it pierces the aircraft surface. As we know, our aircraft surfaces, they are aluminum alloy, magnesium, titanium. Okay, it pierces the aircraft surface to permit water to extinguish the fire without any firefighters going in the line of danger. It does the work of firefighters, okay, to prevent you from going into the fire, right, causing any harm to yourself. If you know how to properly use it, you can use this, like I said, to get water to go extinguish any fire inside of the aircraft.
Question.
Basically, go ahead.
Does that only spray water or dry chemical or foam? What else comes out of that? Do you have any idea?
It sprays water, foam, and dry chemical powder.
Into the aircraft?
Into the aircraft. But any area that you want to use to project.
Okay.
Yeah, here at the airport, you have terminals over there. High-rise buildings. Alright. We don't have a very tall ladder.
Right.
So this can extend up in the air, very high, approximately probably 225 feet into the air. Okay? And 50 feet wide.
Okay.
Alright? So like I said, we have high-rise buildings over there. If any one of the terminals catch on fire, you can use this. Break the glass to disperse water inside of the building.
Okay.
All right,
Interesting.
but your firefighters won't be able to access with a high line.
Interesting. Interesting.
All right, so we're going to talk a little bit more about that, the operation of that. Just going to take a little quick walk around the truck. This is just compartments. This is the empty compartment here.
Okay.
On our fire trucks, we equip, we normally have a pre-connect line to the left and the right of the first compartment on the fire trucks.
So what is, you say pre-connect, what is that?
Pre-connect is like a hose line, a discharge that is equipped with a hose line that is already flaked, packed together, so that you can use for quick access to extinguish the fire. Alright? This looks like this is probably 150 feet. It's supposed to be 150 feet long. Okay? And like I said, this is your pre-connect. It disperses 100 PSI at 95 gallons per minute. Alright? 100 PSI, 95 gallons per minute. Alright? It is only equipped with the left hand pre-connect.
Okay, this truck only have one.
Right, it doesn't have a right. Sorry. So remember what I said. The truck has a booster reel at the front, that's 150 feet, and you have your pre-connect on the side. So that is your two attack lines that you can use. Alright? To use this one, the truck is a little different. You will have to engage the rocker switch inside. It says LH, that means left hand discharge. This is on the left hand side. So you will have to engage that first, then engage your water before any water can come out of this. I'll show you the switches whenever we go inside. Okay. Like I said, it doesn't have a side discharge panel. Alright, it just has.
So, question.
Go ahead.
I know you said side discharge panel. I mean, for firefighters and operators, we know what that means. But in other fairs, they would call that a what kind of panel?
They call it a structural panel.
There you go. So that's a structural panel. This truck doesn't have a structural panel?
No, it doesn't. So you can't increase the RPM of the truck, increase the pressure. You can't do none of that.
Okay, all right.
Now, you can increase the pressure, but you can't increase the RPM. All right,
Okay.
it does have a pilot valve. Okay?
Pilot valve is which one?
Right there.
Okay, all right.
All right. So in the event that you're using foam, because to get the right proportion of foam,
Right.
okay, it has a foam metering system as well.
Where's that?
Right there.
Okay.
Okay, so when you're using the side discharge valves, reconnect, booster reel, you want to get that right percentage of foam.
Okay.
We all know the specifications. 100 PSI, like I said, comes with the pre-connect.
Right.
So we look at the chart. We know how to do that. Okay? It's equipped with a foam metering system. In the event that you have to use that, if you want to increase the pressure of the truck,
Okay.
you can increase by using the pilot valve. Alright? Okay, this is a water fill side, 5-inch hard suction. Or if you have a woven rubber hose that you can use to fill it up, we don't have any of those. So, right, normally we just fill up from here. Same procedure. Hook up, open up your valve.
Now, what would you usually fill up from? If you are at the fire station, and then if you're out on a scene in the society or in the uptown area, what would you normally fill up from?
Normally at the fire station we use a water pump that is in the back of the fire station at the rear. Alright?
Right.
Or we use a hydrant.
Hydrant.
Okay.
From in the airport, or if you're uptown?
The
or
airport
something?
is equipped with hydrants as
Okay.
well as uptown. If you see a hydrant on the side of the road, you can use a hydrant.
Okay.
Now, in the event that there's a major fire and you're not around any hydrants, well, they have water companies as well. They come to the scene to try to give you water. Okay, they might have a 2.5-inch delivery hose that they can hook up there and give us water. We've done that before on numerous fires that we've been uptown. You know what I mean? To aid if the extinguish enough, they just supplied us with water. So if you go uptown, there's a fire. They have a 2.5 inch, or their truck is equipped with a 2.5 inch outlet. You can run your 2.5 inch hose from their truck to this truck to give you water. If you happen to use this truck to go up down. But I don't think they'll ever take this truck up down. Alright, let's go on the next side. This is where your fuel tank is located. Our fuel tank's capacity is 67 gallons of diesel. This is another water-filled inlet. Alright, so you can receive water from both sides of the truck. If we go to the scene and this truck needs water, one of our apparatuses can send water to either side of the truck. If city fire comes here and we need water, they can hook up to either side of the truck and supply us with water.
You say city fire, what is that?
That's the Royal Bahamas Police Force Fire Department.
All right, do you know
Big
anybody?
red trucks.
Oh, the red trucks, okay.
Yeah.
So you know anybody working at the department?
I know one or two couple people.
You know a couple of people?
Yeah.
All right, good. So you all work closely with them?
Yeah, man.
One would say you all even with them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, all right, good.
Yeah.
All right. So the firefighters at the airport, private, or what would you consider this?
Yeah, we work at a quasi government department.
Okay.
It's like how you have the public hospital authority now, the bridge authority, the roads and park authority. This is the airport authority. So it's like a quasi government department.
If a fire is happening somewhere in Life Key or Old Fort Bay, is that the responsibility of the airport fire department?
No, it's not the responsibility of the airport fire department. The airport fire department is basically responsible for any fires that occurs at the airport.
Right.
Now, on extreme incidences, okay, if the aircraft happens to land short of the runway, out in the environment, as it happens before, up in Gambia, near the beach, or something like that, the city will request us to go to respond to that fire. Alright, so in extreme instances like that, we will have to respond to that fire. Alright,
Okay.
anything within 3 or 5 miles of the radius of the airport, we're supposed to be responsible for. But normally we don't respond to city fire. They would deal with all the construction fires. We basically deal with all of the aircraft fires.
So with being a airport firefighter, what other skills needed to assist in the operation of your job that would help at least assist persons better that need emergency help, different from rescuing or so-called firefighting?
Okay, well, basically at the airport, the majority of our calls consist of medical calls.
Okay.
Alright, so a little first aid knowledge, CPR knowledge, alright, can help you go along the way, because a lot of passengers, they transit to and fro in the airport, alright? And during their time at the airport, they encounter a lot of medical illnesses. Okay, they collapse, standing up too long, they faint, have a heart attack, have a stroke, a diabetic attack. Alright, so if you have some type of medical knowledge, any medical training, it will aid you with your job description here at the airport.
Okay, so you're not only a firefighter, you're also a rescue, so-called medical personnel.
It's an emergency medical technician.
Okay, that's like an EMT.
Yes,
Somebody could work on an ambulance or whatever like that.
yes, yes.
Okay, good.
Alright. This is just an empty compartment. Like I said, the truck is set up a little different from the other apparatuses. Each truck is different. This is our dry chemical tank. Like I said, the capacity is 500, but it only has 450. You know why? Because of the expansion. When we introduce the nitrogen, we want the nitrogen to expand the dry chemical powder in it adequately.
Okay.
Now,
Okay, this has been a brief overview of the apparatus that we are going to do our test run on to show you how the nozzle works, show you the basic operation of the truck that is more advanced than other vehicles. So what we're going to do is go inside first, and we're going to go over the operation of the equipment and the controls, and then we're going to show you exactly how it works.
all right. So now we're inside of the apparatus. The same procedure is used to start the apparatus. Master, ignition, start. All right. To shut down, you will have to disengage the ignition, and master doesn't have a shutdown switch. All right. So it operates basically the same way as number 4, fire truck number 4. All right. As we can see, this is the switches and panels that controls the high reach extendable turret. And we go out this nozzle. Right. Alright, the joystick is a little similar to the one in fire truck number 4. A little similar. Alright, but it's a little different. Okay, like I said, this is a whole apparatus, but it functions basically the same way. Okay, now to start, you press ignition.
Okay, what is going to happen is he's going to start up the vehicle, and then he's going to show us the operation of how these things work. So we're going to get a first-hand view of what exactly is happening. Go ahead.
Okay, we press master.
Let's go ahead and start it up.
Give way to BTR. Join the north shuttle 1.
Okay, what I need you to do is just go over the operation, what would happen and what you're exactly doing, and then I'm going to go on the outside while you actually conduct the operation.
Echo Delta, short down 95.
So like I said, we have a roof turn, we have a bumper turn, we have an under truck nozzle as well as a snozzle. Okay, so we have 4 discharges on the fire truck that we can get water, foam, or dry chemical out of. Alright? Now, these are basically just your light switches. Okay, so now the first thing we're going to do, we're going to demonstrate how we're going to get water out of the bumper turn. Okay, this is an acorn bumper turn. Alright, so it operates a little different from the freecorn bumper turns that we have in fire truck number 3. Alright, so basically what we do, we engage the bumper turn. We're pressing this switch. Okay, we engage that, we energize it, we press power. These are horizontal speeds, you don't have to control that. They're basically already configured. What it does is just, if you have it on manual, if you're on isolate, okay, this just controls the speed, moving from left to right, up and down. Alright? So you don't basically have to worry about that because you're going to use it manually anyway. So like I said, this is engaged now. We can just move. You can see the bumper turn moving. It's moving left to right. Just to make sure that it's working properly. Alright. Now before you engage the water pump in the truck, alright, it is advised that you put the truck in high idle. Okay? To help more electricity to get to the whatever agent that you're trying to get out of the truck. Help it to work a little bit more faster. So we engage the water. Okay. Make sure that okay, the pump light is on. We as firefighters, we're supposed to know the PSI of the truck. What is the normal operating PSI of the fire truck? It's supposed to be at 90 PSI. The green needle is supposed to be at 90. If it's not at 90, you're not going to get anything to activate on the fire appliance. Alright? So once it's at 90, you can operate.
90
PSI.
90 psi. That's the air pressure in the system.
Air pressure.
Okay.
Alright, the green needle there.
Okay.
Alright?
All right. What I want us to do is, since we didn't go over the operation, you can go over the operation of the nozzle, and then I'll go on the outside and then allow you to do it so we can see it in operation.
Just do the nozzle.
Yeah, you don't have to. I mean, you just go over it and then.
Alright, to use the nozzle, it has a lot of precautions that you must take. Okay, it's a lot of theory that you must know. Alright, but in this video I'm just demonstrating how you use it. But it's a lot of theory, like I said, that has to be taught.
So you would have to go through a class setting in order to.
Do a little class setting so you can know the safety mechanisms, because this truck can cause damage if you do not operate it properly.
Right.
If you have water coming out of the turret, okay, that's a lot of water that is being sent through this mechanism up to the top here. So you can't pump and roll like how you pump and roll a normal fire truck. This truck cannot go and pump and roll if you're using the turret. The truck will turn over. It will turn over on you.
So pump and roll is that mean moving while you're pumping water?
Water is coming out of it.
While you're expelling water, okay.
Alright? So, like I said, it's a lot of safety mechanisms that you must be aware of. But I'm just showing you how to get it out of park, how to get water to come out of it, and how to put it back in park. Alright? Now, the first thing you want to do is engage this rocker switch. Power.
Good morning.
This is not engaged. You will not get any movement.
I believe it is at set ready tech.
Come out of this nozzle. You will not even be able to use the
And
roof turn.
78 now, so around taxi the whole truck hotel.
So to get your roof turn to work,
For the hotel. Airline, sorry. Good morning, ground house 6405,
you would have to engage this nozzle power. Okay, once that is engaged, like I said, make sure it's in high idle. Okay, you have extend, down, retract, right, up, left. These are lights that will be illuminated to let you know what function is being used currently on the truck. Okay, so if you extend it, it will tell you that the boom is out. It will turn red, etc. If you have the roof turn on high flow or low flow, these will also illuminate. As you can see, it's labeled lights, and they will let you know what function you're using. Okay? So to extend the boom, first thing you want to do, you see this nozzle is parked. This is how it's supposed to be parked. Okay? This is the safety protocol that Oshkosh wants you to keep this nozzle in the park position. In case you go to another aircraft, this is, if you have this projected out like that, and it's at a 90-degree angle, okay, it might puncture an aircraft if you go too close to it. Alright, so it is advised that you keep it parked. Okay, now to use the roof turn, it must be in the position like that. This nozzle must be in the position like that. To move this roof turn left or right. If it's not in this 90-degree position, you're not going to be able to move the roof turn left or right. I'll show you. Now I'm putting it back in the park position. Simply just move the joystick up and down. Now, I want to move the roof turn left and right. Same thing, I'm trying to move the roof turn left and right. You see how the roof turn is moving? It's not going to go left and right. It'll go up and down.
And I guess that would be a feature so you don't damage this nozzle.
So you won't damage the nozzle as well as the actuators inside of the nozzle tip when you engage water. Because water is sent directly inside of the nozzle tip if you engage the nozzle, the passer, and water is sent into the roof turn if you engage roof turn, the water for the roof turn. So If you forget to move it while you engage in water, the apparatus will automatically move it itself. The roof turn will move itself. If you forget to move it, it will move itself.
All right. Could you demonstrate what it is?
Yeah. I'll show you. So like I said, to get it in position, you will have to move it up and down like that. Make sure it's at a 90-degree angle. Now, you just want water, just like the other apparatus, like number 4. You just want water to come out of the roof turn. So what we're gonna do, this here controls the roof turn, charge valve. You want to press it on. Like I said, the lights will illuminate to let you know which function is currently being used on the roof turn. Okay? We're gonna select water. Okay, now, if you want to put it in solid, you put it in solid, press this trigger button here. You want to put it in fog, press fog. You finish the water, turn off the water. Okay? Now the roof turn would still be engaged. Alright? Still be engaged. So to take it off, turn it off, press off. Now like I told you, if you want to use the passer, the roof turn must be adjacent to the passer. It must be turned the opposite way totally, just for safety reasons. So the water can adequately flow to the passer. If you somehow forget to turn it there, the truck will automatically move it for you. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to extend the boom first, and then so we can see it a little better, I'm going to extend it. Just press the button on the control joystick, press one of the buttons on the side, and you move the boom to extend. Like I said, it can extend approximately 50 feet horizontally. It can extend in the air approximately 225 feet. Okay, now, like I said, if I want water to come out of the passer, and I forget to move the roof turn, like I said, to the left, the truck will automatically do it. I don't want you to practice that. So before you use the passer, please move the roof turn to the left. This is an old truck. Things can go by. So it's better to be safe than not to be safe. If it goes bad, you know, like I said, it's an old apparatus. We don't want to cause any more damage to the apparatus. We're going to try to preserve it. But like I said, if you forget, it will automatically move. To engage, how we engage the roof turn, to engage the passer, this is this button here. You use that to engage the passer. As you look here, on this panel, you can see that the passer is engaged. Alright? You see the roof turn move? I have the roof turn adjacent to the passer. The minute I engage it, the roof turn automatically moves. I'm going to put the roof turn back. Now I engage the passer again. Engage, disengage. Engage, disengage. Engage it. You see the roof turn automatically is moving. It's a safety mechanism. Now that that is engaged, I want water to come out of it. Select water again. Alright? And I press the on and off, just like the roof turn has an on and off switch. I press the on switch. Okay, ready? Now we see, because of people using it the wrong way, you see water coming out of the roof turn and the passer at the same time. That is not supposed to happen. To turn it off, you just simply turn it off. That is not supposed to happen. Now there's some actuators and seals that is damaged inside of that right now. That is not supposed to happen. Water is only supposed to come out of the piercer and not the roof turn. Alright, but because, like I said, of improper use, that is what happens. Like I said, this is an old apparatus, so you want to try to use it as safely and by the books as much as possible. If you don't know how to use it, please ask somebody to show you how to use it properly.
Well, that is one of the reasons and the purpose of this video, so we could all of us can understand the operation of the truck before we actually go into class, and then we would get all the literature to go along with it. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is go on outside of the vehicle, and then I guess you go over the full operation of the extending and using the different discharge valves to show us how to operate.
Like I said before you go, it has an auxiliary agent. This controls the on and off for the roof turn. These two buttons here, as well as this controls the on and off for the piercer. Alright? These are auxiliary buttons are for your dry chemical.
Okay.
It's the same operation like number 3. Number 4 and number 1. Alright? So you're going to go inside. Now I'll do a little quick demonstration. Before you go, I'm just going to show you how to get it back in park, how to go through the proper procedures of using it. Like I said, it's fully extended. You will hear a little knock to let you know that it's extended all the way. This is your spot mirror here. If you look at the spot mirror, it can tell you, instead of looking up, because you can't look like that, to see the operation of this boom. You have to use the spot mirror to let you know how high the roof turn is extending and going up and down. Okay? When it reaches its maximum height, you will hear a little boom, it will knock. You'll hear the steel knocking. Alright?
Alright, hold on.